What is up, YouTube? That's here, and today I'm bringing you guys another amazing VGC 2020 rental team. You can see there's a bunch of spicy picks today. We got Zoroark, we got Galarian Rapidash, we have Talonflame, Duraludon, Butterfree, Dracovish. We're showing a super hyper-aggressive team that excels at dumpstering Psy-Spam. I think Psy-Spam is a super popular team. And, Zoroark is a great counter to Psy-Spam because it disguises itself as literally anything. And, if I disguise it as Talonflame, right? And they want to go for that expanding force spam, well, Zoroark's dark typing makes it immune to that. So it makes them second guess what type of moves they should be going for. And also note that we have a Psychic Fairy Galarian Rapidash that knows Imprison, Trick Room, has Bounce for Max Airstream, and Pixie Plate Play Rough to deal with things like Dragapult if need be. I want to direct you guys to the question today, and that is, what is your favorite Imprison Trick Room mon? Pokemon that get both Imprison and Trick Room. Historically, Chandeler's a pretty good one. I've used Dusclops before, Claydol, Bronzong, and now Rapidash. I think what Rapidash really brings to the table is that it can go for like max Airstreams after said Imprison. And instead of Claydol or Bronzong, which kind of just imprison and chill, Rapidash uses Imprison and it just sweeps you. And actually Rapidash, another thing about it is it's so good that it has a 105 base speed. So when you rock that full speed Rapidash, you're able to outspeed a lot of popular base 100 mons. But other than that, we got a bunch of really cool Pokemon. We got Red Card, Talonflame. Whole point behind that Pokemon is to actually just go for the Tailwind. If they hit you and KO you, that's great. You can be able to bring out a Choice Specs or Choice Band mon. If they hit you and don't KO you, well, still, you got a red card. You're able to bring in your Duraludon, bring in your Dracovish. It's going to be the Dracovish Duraludon show with this team. I wish I had more, spicy, cool things to build around. But at the end of the day, sometimes just, old and busted, Choice Specs Duraludon, Choice Band Dracovish is just good enough to win. We also got a little bit of Butterfree Spice. So, guys, thank you guys so much for watching. Let me know your answer to the day in the comments below. Let's hop right into the battles. Here we go. Alright, so our very first game of the day. Yo, wise choice. Both of us have Dracovish in the last slot. I've heard a lot of people talking about Dracovish isn't as popular recently, but I think actually Dracovish is better than ever if you use it correctly. Through the use of Tailwinds, Redirection. It seems like me and this guy both have the exact same idea. We both have Tailwind setters that are Prankster. We both have Redirection Bugmons that use Rage Powder and Butterfree and Volcarona. I think it's going to be a very cool game. We both have Duraludon. Me and this guy are going into a pseudo little mirror match. Now, let's just see. I do think that I have the slight advantage because I do have a Talonflame. Talonflame is a little bit better than Whimsicott last time I checked. It's probably going to be a Sash Whimsicott. So let's actually think. What do I want to do? I think I should probably go in Talonflame Butterfree. I think Talonflame Butterfree is actually really nice here. I can go for Airstreams. I can do a bunch of other things. I think that since there's no Fake Out users, Butterfree is also a pretty good option. I do think that Dracovish is still pretty solid here. Banded Dracovish ain't no slouch. And then Duraludon. Duraludon's a hard sell. But Duraludon's pretty okay versus Venusaur and Togekiss. I think Rapidash could also be good here instead of the Butterfree. But I do think it's probably just a little bit safer to go with the Duraludon here. And remember, guys, our team has Zoroark in it. So they're going to be expecting every single one of our Pokemon to be Zoroark. And that's why we're going to win. Like I said, our teams are very similar. But we have just a slight advantage in the meme department packing a Zoroark. And sometimes it's that advantage you're packing in the meme department that can get you guys those wins in your own game. So let's see what they lead with. Let's see what they lead with. Whimsicott Dracovish. Wise choice, my friend. That's actually the correct choice. I think that's by far and away probably the best thing you could be doing in this situation. Now, well, let's see. How do I want to handle it? Now, remember, I'm using a Sash Butterfree. I can go for Tailwind Max Guard with my Butterfree. I can try and trade Tailwinds with this guy. I'm thinking about trading the Tailwinds and then losing the Talonflame and just bringing out my own Dracovish and going for a Befuddle. I think I'm probably going to do that. I'm pretty sure it's a Sash Whimsicott, right? I could just Brave Bird the crap out of it. But, I'd rather, I think, get the Tailwind up. And I think just go for a raw Sleep Powder on the Dracovish slot. And then from there, I think we'll be good. I mean, he could try and taunt my Butterfree, but I'll get my Tailwind up. If he wants to taunt my Butterfree and let me get up Tailwind, that'd be weird. Yeah, so we're trading Tailwinds. And I'm really surprised that, his tail... I guess I'm using an Adamant... Am I using an Adamant Talonflame? I should be Jolly. I should be Jolly in this Talonflame. Either way, we're trading Tailwinds. He's going to be able to go for his Vicious Run. It's completely fine. The whole point of this team is to go for that priority Tailwind. Let your Talonflame take the L. And since that Dracovish acted before my Butterfree, we get to go for an amazing sleep powder, right? An amazing sleep powder that he hasn't even started to use his sleep turns yet. And so now we're able to come out with a real Pokemon. I can bring out literally anything here. Butterfree can go for Airstreams. I think I'm just going to bring the Dracovish out. Yeah, I'm going to have Butterfree go for an Airstream. And the Dracovish has to be asleep. I think it's such a good idea here. So let's see, what do I actually want to do? I think we're going to be clicking the Vicious Wren button. It's 4 times, not very effective over there. I think we're just going to nuke the Whimsicott here and just go for an Airstream. And so this is going to make it so he's going to be able to, he has that asleep Dracovish, it has to be asleep, right? But you see, we're going to super gain the control here. He can totally go for like a Moonblast, I guess, if he really wants it, but it's not like it's going to be able to KO our Dracovish. The only way that you can KO Dracovish with a Whimsicott Moonblast is by going for like a Life Orb Whimsicott or something like, you know, an Expert Belt or a Life Orb. You need a little bit of damage, and you need to be modest, and since we already scouted that he was timid since he was faster than our Adamant Talonflame, we know that just a regular Moonblast, yeah, Lamau, like I would waste my time. Like I would waste my time. I knew that he had the taunt. It was obvious as hell from that lead that his board definitely does pack the taunt, and so now we both have Tailwinds, but now I'm putting my speed creep even a little bit further. In the next future turns, I'm going to have to dedicate dealing with that Dracovish, but we're going to deal with this Whimsicott right now, which is pretty nice. And we get the big speed. I wonder how much damage a Banded Vicious Wren does to a Dracovish. Obviously, it's fourth, right? It's resisted by the Dragon and the Water attacks, but I think it should do at least half. We'll see, though. I want to see if what he sends out is something I have to actually deal with, or if I should be going for Befuddles. There's a couple other things that I could be starting to do right now. So there's Togekiss. I'm a Vicious Wren that. If you want to protect it, I think that's okay. I think we could actually just one-shot it. But I think I'm going to Vicious Wren there. I'm wondering if I should I think I'm going to Befuddle the Dracovish here. Because, like, if he goes Max Guard with the Togekiss, he can still get hit with the Befuddle effect. And this is going to do a lot of damage to this Dracovish. And I do think that we can actually just KO that Togekiss. So let's see, he's probably going to max it. I wouldn't be surprised to see a Max Guard here, waiting for his Dracovish to wake up. I could also talk about Airstreaming and keeping up the momentum of having speed control, but I don't think he's Airstreaming me back. If anything, I think he's going for a Starfall into my Dracovish slot. And I really do think that I one-shot his Togekiss here. I really do think that we just one-shot it, but it's hard to say exactly how bulky he is. So he has to be asleep with his Dracovish. I think he might have actually wanted to go for a Protect there, because it went before my Mons have +1 speed. I guess no. I guess he's Scarfed. Yeah, he is Scarfed. So maybe I should have actually been Airstreaming here. So that actually just confirms that he is Scarfed there. Togekiss gets poisoned, probably the worst one, but you know, I'll take a Befuddle roll. Vicious Wren, the big damage. That's a very, very bulky Togekiss. And we're probably going to get, oh man, that's actually quite bad. So he actually was able to eat that like an absolute champion. And we rolled an unfortunate Befuddle. And now the Togekiss is quite fast. Right, now the Togekiss is quite Speedy Gonzalez over there. And remember that Dracovish is Scarfed, so like now he has speed control. How do I want to deal with this? My last mon is Duraludon, remember. I think you're just going to try and Vicious Wren the Togekiss. I think you just got to nuke the Togekiss slot. I think that's probably the best, because Dracovish can still be asleep. And if we regain speed control, it'll be good. If he wants to go after my Butterfree, cool. We rolled more than a one-turn sleep. Yo, sometimes lucky, but really, really good play from our opponent. Like, and we outsped the Togekiss. Again, the reason why we outspeed there, it really sucks that we didn't get the KO. But it doesn't really matter. The reason why we outspeed there with our Butterfree is because that Togekiss is like full bulk, and that was the only way it was able to even live that. You can tell that like not being able to OHKO our Butterfree or even clog our Sash with an Airstream means like that Togekiss must have been super, super bulky. And so now my Butterfree's at +2 versus technically +2 Dracovish. I might just go for like a Rage Powder? Let me think about that. I might Rage Powder here, but we'll see. We will see. I still have max turns. There's a Venusaur back there, so I don't really want to Rage Powder that. I do outspeed that Venusaur greatly with my Dracovish, but the thing is, like, I think I'm just going to go for, like, the KO on his Dracovish here, and I'm going to go for... I mean, he's Scarfed, right? So what's he going to be using against me? I guess I might as well just try to Hurricane here. Because, like, what's he going to use against me? He's already locked himself in the Vicious Wren, and he has Choice Scarf. So, like, worst case scenario, I guess he wakes up with the Venusaur here. Sorry, he wakes up with the Dracovish. But he should be speed tying me. He goes for Protect. Wise choice. He's, again, waiting for his Dracovish to wake up, which is the correct play, I feel. He does wake up. Now, this is actually a speed tie. It really doesn't matter to me that Butterfree goes down, because we're trying our best to... I think I'm hitting the Dracovish with my own Dracovish, right? No, it's almost like I play the game. It's 4th damage, but, like... Oh, actually, the fact that that was a speed tie The fact that is a speed tie, by the way. We're both technically at +2. He's Choice Scarf +1, and I'm just at +2 from 2 Airstreams. The fact that that didn't KO, it didn't KO obviously because he moved first. That's really not that great for me. Let's see. I think you just want to Fisher's Rend. I should probably just try and Fisher's Rend there. And I guess what should I really be using on? I think I'm just going to go for a Draco on the Venusaur because it's not sashed and we're specs, and I want to be able to KO even a bulkier set. We know that it's not vested, but we'll see. He gets his Fisher's Rend off. It's a lot of damage, but we are going to be able to mitigate that. Getting this guy off the board, he can totally go for like a Sleep Powder onto my Duraludon. I don't really care about that. I do think I'll be able to live through an Earth Power, but we'll see. There's the Earth Power. I'm full HP. And it looks like I live 7 HP. Bulky Duraludon survives. Hits the big Draco. That's what I'm talking about. Choice Specs Draco, boys and girls. Double Dragon. Super strong. Picking up the one-hit KO. And we got the crit that I'm pretty sure we didn't even need. Like I said, it was obviously wasn't vested. So a little bit sloppy. I'm pretty sure the bad roll on the Befuddle. If I would have rolled Sleep, game would have been over. If I would have rolled, let's see, if I would have rolled Para, game would have been over. If I would have rolled anything other than Poison, game probably would have been over. But, you know, our opponent also got a little bit lucky winning a couple Dracovish speed ties. Again, we are using a Jolly Dracovish with a Choice Band versus they're using a Jolly Scarf Dracovish. And so they won every single speed tie potential that they possibly could have, which put us a little bit on the back foot. But again, we brought the right 4 for the right situation. And we won what looked to be a pseudo mirror match. So pretty good stuff. We're going to go into another one, though. Let's get right into it. Here we go. All right, they have a Sock and Torkoal Venusaur. Man, Talonflame's so good here. With Arcanine Gyarados, so a little bit of potential Intimidates that I do have to watch out for. I do think that I actually want to go Zoroark this game. Not because... Well, I want to disguise Zoroark as the Talonflame, right? And so I want him to go all in on dealing with that Pokemon, and then I'll actually bring out the real Talonflame. So if I were to lead, like, Zoroark Butterfree, I have the redirection potential that it looks like that I need. I have Talonflame in the back, and then I'm looking at my last Mon. It should be Dracovish here. It should still be Dracovish, even though Dracovish isn't that hot. Duraludon, I guess, also has Thunderbolt. I can Thunderbolt at Gyarados. Duraludon's a little bit good here. Actually, I'm just going to lead Duraludon Zoroark, I think. So Zoroark, Duraludon. Butterfree's actually not that great. We actually always want to lead Zoroark in the second slot because they always assume that our first Pokemon pick will be the Zoroark. So Zoroark, Duraludon, I think we need the Dracovish, and then we want to disguise, right? We want to disguise our Zoroark as Talonflame, so they prioritize it, right? Zoroark can just go for Protects, it can go for Switches, there's so many things it can do, and Talonflame also can Protect, but we also don't want Talonflame to be intimidated because we need Talonflame to set up Tailwinds and then deal with the Venusaur when he decides to use it. So this should be a pretty good situation for me to be in here. Gyarados is a little bit scary to deal with right off the bat, and that's why I think leading Duraludon or having the potential to go like... Our board right now looks like Talonflame Duraludon, right? Which is a super hard counter to Gyarados if he's trying to lead Gyarados. So if he is Gyarados, he should be very protective of that. And I think he's going to be leading something that takes out Talonflame. So Alchemy Gyarados, wow. So he was not very... protective of it. So let's actually see what we're going to do. I think he's probably just going to go for a Max Quake on the Duraludon, right? It's either your Max Quake in the Duraludon, right? Or you're going for, like a... Would you really Airstream the Talonflame, or would you just go for a Geyser? I don't think you'd Geyser. I don't want to just leave this in here. I go for a Fake Tears, but like, he'll kill me if he maxes it. I think the right play is actually just to switch in your actual Talonflame. And note that we have Dark Pulse on our Zoroark, and that's because if we ever want to disguise our Zoroark as Duraludon, Duraludon does have Dark Pulse. There's not really any good moves to use in this exact situation. I think the right play is actually just to switch in the Dracovish to block. I mean, we can eat an Airstream, but we can also just eat that Water attack very, very well. He'd be setting the steroid for us, so we're actually going to go for a double switch here, switch in our Dracovish, and switch the Duraludon for Talonflame, so we should be knowing that we have Zoroark here. Like, unless we pulled a fast one on him, because we switched out the Talonflame first, right? So let's see. He's going to Dynamax, obviously. I wonder if he's going for respecting the Talonflame. I actually wonder. Like, if I would have just led, though, with, like, Duraludon... If I would have led what looked like the board was, the game would be over. The game would be so over. I would just go Tailwind Thunderbolt, Choice Specs Duraludon Thunderbolt, definitely Oko's Gyarados. So let's see what he's going for, though. I want to see if he's going for Max Quake, because this plays around Max Quake very well. He's going for Helping Hand, And so that mean the Max Quake would actually be able to one-shot D-Max Duraludon. He's going for the Geyser, which is not the sauce, last time I checked. It's a decent amount of damage. Like, that's a lot of damage, but you know what? It's not enough. It is not enough, last time I checked. And so I'm probably just going to go for Tailwind. I think I'm just going to go for Tailwind and probably just KO the Alcremie. He'd go for a Helping Hand, but I think that because the rain is up, we're going to be fine. I could go after that Gyarados, but I don't think I actually have to. So Tailwind's up, and we're just going to make sure that Alcremie cannot pass any Decorates off. And if he wants to protect with Alcremie or switch out Alcremie, that's completely fine. He's probably going to be Airstreaming our Dracovish. But, you know, we'll see what he actually wants to do. I think the Gyarados is very hard to deal with. He goes for a Helping Hand. I think this still OHKOs. Remember, you don't get the Vicious Ren boost if you're acting second, right? But I do think that because the rain is up, I think because the rain is up, we can still OHKO the Alcremie. So Vicious Ren, big damage. Sash Alcremie. Okay. Hey, you know what? That's actually a really, really cool set. Cool set. Is he Airstreaming or Geysering? I love that he's Geysering here because it lets me, he's not Airstreaming, right? That's the big thing. Like, please don't Airstream me. Now, I'm really starting to wonder if that Gyarados is rocking a... I'm really starting to wonder if the Gyarados is rocking a Walkenberry or that reduced... I want to see how much my speed tiers are like. 127, 106. I don't think he has it. I mean, he's not taking... He might be vested, but he's not taking orb damage, right? And so that's a little bit scary. And remember, Decorate does go through Protect. I think you actually just want to nuke the Gyarados and not care about the Alcremie, because at the very end of the day, that Alcremie is completely useless. I mean, I guess he could protect Gyarados and Dazzling Gleam, so I will respect that. But if he's Walkenberry, this is big sad energy right now. Big sad energy if he's like damage reduced Walkenberry. He goes for the Helping Hand. All right, so he's not going for the Protect play. I really wish I just nuked his Gyarados here, but we'll see. We're gonna be able to KO the Alcremie. And let's see. Let's see if he has that damage reduced. This is Specs Thunderbolt. Yo, you ain't got nothing. I wonder what that item was. Like, what? It still might have been Vest and been, like, super aggressive. It probably was a Lumberry, if I'm being completely honest. It was probably a Lumberry. And so the Double Dragon, yo, it's hanging out strong. We still have a Zork in the back. And again, he didn't know when I sent out that Duraludon if that was actually Duraludon or Zork. There's no way for him to really know. And that's how you got to keep him guessing. Is it Torkoal Venusaur right now? Torkoal Venusaur is still super strong. Yep, Torkoal Venusaur busted. And let's see it. I wonder who the correct Pokemon to hit in this situation is. I think it's probably going after the Torkoal with the Dracovish. Because even though it is sunny... Oh, I haven't even Dynamaxed yet, yo. I haven't even Dynamaxed yet. That's actually, like, crazy. I think you just want to Dynamax the Duraludon then. And just go for, like... I mean, I could Dynamax my Dracovish. And just reset the rain. I know that Dracovish is not the best Pokemon to use in that situation, but, like, I'm thinking about it. I haven't Dynamaxed. I mean, I think if you Dynamax the Duraludon, you just kind of win. Don't really need any of these, though, you know? I think I'm going to max here. And we're going to nuke Torkoal. And we're doing it like this, because remember, we still have that Tailwind boost. I'm going to max Lightning so we can't use Sleep Powder. Yeah, I think it's probably the right play. And remember, if anything is going to protect, it's probably going to be the... I wouldn't say, like... Would Venusaur protect? Maybe. Either way, I think this is the right way to win the game. Giving our Duraludon a lot more HP to work with is going to make it so even if he wants to go, like, all in with an Earth Power, you saw just like the last game. Like, we can eat the Earth Power pretty well. He's already kind of blown his max. And let's see what he goes for. Vicious Red, big damage. That big Tailwind. Oh, man, we just OHKO'd in the sun? Yo, the power of Choice Band Dracovish. What are you really going to do? Choice Band Dracovish is pretty pog. And he's pretty fast, and I'm actually surprised he's faster than me. So that means he's timid, because Duraludon is an 85, and I'm using a modest set, right? So 85 base versus the 80. Chlorophyll trading with Tailwind. It looks like he's faster, but, you know. He has full investment, so it makes sense anyways. I'm sure he's timid, though. I'm pretty sure he's timid. Now he can't go for Sleep Powders, which is completely fair. So let's just go for the big damage. The big damage. And it doesn't really matter how much damage this does, because the Draco's going to be able to finish him off. Yeah, he went, like, all in with that Gyarados Alcremie play, which I think is very dated wheat. That was really good back in, like, March. But I wouldn't necessarily say that it still holds up the same way. So he goes for a Giga Drain. It's not going to do a ton. Dracovish is actually, like, Water Dragon typing might be one of the best typings in the game. The two Pokemon that are Water Dragons, three, I guess, like Dracovish Kingdra, Palkia, some of the most defensive Pokemon, even though they don't have like some of the best like defensive stats. Like I think Kingdra's like 95 across the board. Dracovish isn't like that much different. It's just that that's such a solid typing. Tailwind's gonna peter out, but there's not that much Venusaur can actually do here. So we'll take the win. Duraludon. I know that we're using D-Max Duraludon. I think D-Max is a little bit better than G-Max in this situation. Just because Steel Spike, being able to get those defense boosts is pretty important. Goes for the big Giga Drain. It's going to be able to pick up the KO on Dracovish, but it's not going to be enough to deal with Duraludon. And I know I built this team to like deal with Psy Spam using like Galarian Rapidash, but it's kind of just the double dragon show, isn't it? It's kind of just the double dragon. Duraludon Dracovish, yo, partners in crime. Hopefully you liked the video. Hopefully you liked this one. Like I was talking about at the start of the video, feel free to use the rental code. This team is pretty easy to climb with. It's pretty easy to play. All you really gotta do is set Tailwind versus Tailwind teams, bring the Rapidash if you need to imprison the Trick Room teams, and other than that, just hopefully you have a great rest of your day, guys. Thank you so much for watching. Hopefully you like the team. Leave a comment below letting me know your answer to the question of the day, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good one.